Hi there, welcome to your Pick a Card Tarot readings for the month of May and Taurus season. If you're watching this at a different time, that is also okay because energy predictions are timeless because we're all on different timelines. And so the fact that you're here means that the readings are now relevant to your situation. So just follow your intuition to pick the right reading for you today. I'm going to ring the singing bowl to begin. We're going to meditate a little bit before picking the right reading for you. I'm going to ring the singing bowl 3 times. With each ring, take a deep breath in, take complete exhale out, and just relax into your body. Create space between your eyebrows. Soften your inner gaze. Relax the corners of your nose. And lower your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Sink into your seat. Relax your lower back, your glutes, your thighs, and sink a little bit deeper. Now, bring all of your awareness to the center of your chest, your heart space. For today's readings, be sure to listen from here. Listen for your intuition here. Listen for what resonates, what lights you up. Listen for what restores clarity and a sense of direction and peace. And now, if you're ready, you can open your eyes if they were closed and look at the 3 groups before you. For group 1, we have Picasso jasper. For group 2, we have moss agate. For group 3, we have prehnite. Now soften your gaze and just notice which crystal or deck stands out to you. Where do you feel drawn? Where do you feel a pull? Which number stands out to you? Is it 1, 2, or 3? Where are you being called? And you don't have to think too hard. There's no right or wrong answer. These are all general readings. You can follow your first impulse. That works usually. Or if you're drawn to more than one reading, you're welcome to start with one, then move on to the others after. In which case, just make sure you really use your intuition to take only the messages that resonate. And once you've chosen your reading, you can go down to the timestamps below to click on your reading. It'll see you over there. If you chose group 1, Picasso jasper, then this is your reading. Hi group 1, and welcome to your reading. So for you guys, we're going to be using the Light Seers deck. Let's get some cards for your current energies. Group 1. What do we need to know about group 1's situation? There's a lot of Wands energy. We have the 8 of Wands as bottom deck energy. We also have the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So there's crazy passion here. A lot of intense creative energy. This can be seen as sexual energy as well. It depends on the situation. There's a lot of drive and fire to take action, to do something, to get things moving. And then there's the 4 of Pentacles kind of resisting that. The 4 of Pentacles is about the comfort zone. And sometimes the comfort zone can give us a sense of safety and security, which is needed for a period of time. This energy can get a little bit stale and dull and stuck if we hold on to it for too long, because it is the 4 of Pentacles and there is a whole journey of Pentacles that you have to go on. And so it's not right to get stuck at 4 when you can get the 10 of Pentacles, which is ultimate security and more abundance that you could ever know in the comfort zone. So by the looks of it, given that we have this juxtaposition, it looks like you might be battling your comfort zone right now. You know that there is all of this passion and motivation to move forward and take action in a really creative and spontaneous way. There's also another part of you that is trying to pull you back and keep you where things are familiar. Let's get some more cards. I'm going to get Marcel's Oracle. Group 1. Okay. So we have hoarding here to confirm the Four of Pentacles energy. There is some stuckness here where you're wanting to hold on to what's familiar, and the abundance that you've created thus far. You have your coin purse in the Four of Pentacles, all the money that you have that you want to keep close to your chest. And in the hoarding imagery, you have your nest full of jewels. You want to keep that close to you. And then we have home. We have home and grieving here. Home is making me think of the comfort zone, and grieving is making me think of the fact that perhaps it's time to let go of what you've considered home, whether that be, your physical, literal home, house, or just where you found a lot of comfort, because now it's time to redefine what that is for you. Maybe the home that you have had up until now is too small for the next version of you that you're expanding and evolving into. There's some sort of grieving that needs to happen here. You have to let go, you have to release. And so behind the resistance to moving forward is all of this grief that needs to happen so you can begin to let go of your comfort zone and where you have found security up until now. And I'm also noticing the full moon in both these images. So the full moon could be significant. You might be in the process of grieving until the next full moon. Or the next full moon might invite a lot of grieving and letting go. All in all, full moons tell us that we've come to completion, fullness. This is as far as this chapter can go. And so this is done. This is done, and it's time to start a new chapter. It's time to start warming up to what follows, which is the new moon. Okay. Is there anything else that we need to know about Group 1's situation? So this fell out earlier, but I put it back in the deck because I thought, I didn't even really start shuffling, but it's come out again, and it's come out with the bottom deck energy, 8 of Wands. It sort of came out in reverse. So what I'm getting from this is your comfort zone has a lot to do with the feeling of a lack and unworthiness and not good enoughness. that you might have used to define yourself in the past. And moving forward and following all this passion and creative energy is challenging you to release this story and negative way of seeing yourself. So I think the grieving is going to be quite emotional for you, because you really have to feel into this story that you have believed in about yourself. And the stuff that often comes up is just the really uncomfortable feeling of lack, of insecurity, of abandonment, of shame and guilt, and being left out, being an outsider. It's those feelings that I think are contributing to the resistance. And by resistance, I mean the comfort zone, which you have to move on from if you really want to follow creative energy. And okay, I've kind of gone ahead of myself. Yeah. So the Five of Pentacles can be felt as insecurity, shame, unworthiness, memories of abandonment, of being left out, of being excluded. These feelings need to come up, and you need to grieve the past and all the times you felt this way in order to let go of your comfort zone, so that you can open up to a new chapter of passion and aliveness and creativity and spontaneity and adventure. This, I think, is a lot of fire and light that you might have felt unworthy of in the past. And this is a new chapter because we have an ace. And it might have to do with somebody who embodies the Knight of Wands energy for you. Somebody who you perceive as very passionate and fiery, maybe sensual, sexual. Somebody who's playful, fun, adventurous. And so it might have to do with a connection like that, where you have someone reflecting all this fire that you're also feeling internally. But more than anything, this is just being open to a new chapter where life is more playful, more alive than you've ever experienced it before. And in order to really welcome this, you have to let go of your comfort zone that's been held up by insecurity, shame, and not enoughness. Okay, now let's get some Work Your Light decks and Work Your Light cards. Trust the nickel. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So when the discomfort comes up, when the part of you that likes the comfort zone acts up, observe it, trust the nickel, follow the nickel until it takes you to the Five of Pentacles, till it takes you to these stories that you have identified with for a long time. And once you're there, observe it, feel it, be with it, and compassionately process it. Trust the niggling feeling of discomfort. Be with it. Do not ignore it. You can't really move forward if you're just going to ignore this core wound that is very much there. You have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. So I'm feeling called to say that although you are going to be processing feelings of discomfort, the processing might actually happen at a very energetic level where it's not like the energy is going to play out in physical reality, in a really intense way where you're grieving and crying your eyes out. It could be a very subtle kind of grieving where you can sense that it's sort of happening in the background as you just observe what's coming up for you. I don't know if that makes sense, but it can happen in a really subtle way for you, or happen in the dream realm where you might go to sleep noticing this feeling of discomfort, and then all sorts of wacky dreams come up, and then you wake up feeling slightly lighter because the calibration is happening energetically. The awakening is happening on a subtle level. But that might apply to only some of you, so take it how you will. We also have Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? So the reason that you are doing this processing of uncomfortable stories about yourself and releasing the comfort zone is because it's time to answer your deepest calling. It's time to really step up. It's time to really be the person you came here to be. It's time to actualize that fuller version of yourself. Step into more potential and embody that potential. So it's time to answer your deepest calling. Let's get a Moonology card. What do you need to release, Waning Moon? So I invite you to journal on the Five of Pentacles energy and the Four of Pentacles energy. What do you need to release here? What does it feel like in your body? When does it come up? And what are these stories that you no longer want to keep telling about yourself? What do you need to release? Adjustments are required, third quarter moon. So, some changes do need to be made so you are fully open to what's next. And so just be aware of this and allow the unfolding to happen where the adjustments naturally play out. You don't have to force these adjustments, but you just have to be open. I want to go into the guidebook to read to you what this card is about. Okay. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way has been wonderful, but there is also a lot of negativity, and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get to where you want to be. A change of course is forecast now that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There may also be a crisis now which will remind you of what you want and what is time to let go of. So pay attention. I'm just going to leave that there. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say with that card. Okay, now let's get some more tarot for additional advice or near future energies if Spirit is ready for that. this one kept wanting to come out. Okay, we have the Lovers. That's really nice. I think it's been a while since we've received that card. So there's going to be some waiting energy, which is going to require a lot of faith and trust on your part. So I feel like Spirit is saying the Lover's energy is coming. This is the energy of liberation, freedom, living life fully according to your deepest values and what brings a sense of fulfillment to you. That is coming. That is in the cards. But before that can be actualized, you're going to have a period where you're going to feel sort of tested. The Nine of Wands is trying your best to hold on and keep faith, even though things are looking a little bit shaky and maybe even hopeless. This is feeling really close to burnout, and you're so tired, but you're just, you're doing your best to hold on and remain hopeful, even though the situation isn't really reflecting that hope. The Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to sail in, being in a receptive mode because you know that what you're looking for is on its way. But as you can see in this card, she's waiting for the perfect wave, and that wave hasn't come yet. But when it does, and she's looking for it, so she's in this receptive mode, when it does come, she's going to jump right into the water to meet it. And so it's about being receptive, remaining receptive, even when things look a bit gloomy or unclear, because the Lovers is on its way, or the Lover is on its way. So take that how you will. This can also be like the perfect partnership, romantically speaking, platonically speaking. The main thing I think we have to really pay attention to here is the Lovers means alignment to your values. So if you're waiting for a person to come in, you're waiting for someone who is perfectly aligned to your values, whether that be for a romantic partnership, a friendship, or a business partnership. So be receptive to that and, remain hopeful and hold out for it. Okay, what else does Group 1 need to know before we go? What else does Group 1 need to know? Oh, nice. You have the Knight of Cups here, so this might actually be about love. We also have the Three of Pentacles here, so this is collaboration. So before you can actually get to the Lovers, you might need to collaborate and work through things with this person, this Knight of Cups maybe. Three of Pentacles involves learning from each other, mentorship, studying together, growing together, figuring things out as you go, but in a collaborative manner, embracing teamwork, seeing yourself as a part of a team. So there's a learning in the near future that's going to take you to the Lovers. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to leave your reading here, Group 1. I hope that you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments below if it resonated. And I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll see you in another reading or in another video. Bye. If you chose group 2, moss agate, then this is your reading. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be using the Four Noble Tarot deck. So I'm just going to get a couple of cards for your current energies to begin. Group 2's current situation. Okay. You have 3 major arcanas here. So there is a huge spiritual lesson in the situation you're inquiring about. And the only minor arcana we have is the King of Pentacles. So it seems like your situation has to do with your embodiment of the King of Pentacles. Somebody who is secure and stable materialistically. Somebody who's good with their money, who has a successful and abundant career. Somebody who's good at taking care of their abundance and sustaining it. And we have the Hanged Man here to suggest that maybe you've been feeling sort of stuck in terms of career or where your finances are. Not a lot is happening. Things aren't moving the way you'd like them to. And it feels like it feels like the universe has put your life to a halt in order to teach you a lesson. And the lesson here is often sacrificing action and a lot of doing, efforting, and striving in order to learn the art of non-doing, of allowing, surrendering. So it seems like that's currently what you're trying to learn in your situation as you move towards the embodiment of the King of Pentacles. You also have the Star, which tells us that this is a period of healing as well and restoring faith. You're healing your energy body, healing your nervous system, because you went through a difficult period before this. And I say that because before the Star is the Tower, and Tower moments shake us up. They break us down so that we can learn to build ourselves back up again in a proper way with the right foundation. And so when we get to the Star, we're building ourselves back up. We're restoring faith and rewiring the way we connect to the universe, and learning to connect with the universe in a more authentic and grounded way. So there's a lot of healing that's happening here in your situation as you restore faith and learn to follow the signs of the universe again. And there's also a lack of clarity, which we can tell from the moon. The moon is about not being able to see the truth, lacking clarity, and therefore having some fear because there's a lot of uncertainty, and that instills insecurity. The thing with the moon is it's not going to stay like this forever. The sun is always going to come after that. That is the card that follows the moon. So the sun will shine, it will rise eventually at some point, and you will get the truth. For now, there is a lack of clarity, and that's okay. And that might bring up some fear because there's just so much uncertainty, but that's okay because you will eventually get your clarity, and things will eventually make sense and fall into place. So for the time being, embrace this uncertainty, embrace the process that takes you towards the sun, towards clarity. Okay, Now let's guess some Marcel's Oracle cards. Group 2, Group 2. Group 2. The star tells us that this is also a period of healing and regeneration. Your body, your nervous system, your energy body really needs to slow down to restore what's been lost. The star comes after the Tower in the Major Arcana, so that's to say, there is a really important, necessary period of healing where you pick up the pieces after a really difficult event that broke you down. And so that's what you're doing right now. You're picking up the pieces. You are building a better foundation so that what's to come can stay instead of the tower that just fell apart recently. So you're healing your body and you're learning to restore faith in the universe. You're starting to reconnect and listen to the signs of the universe again. And that's the lesson of the star. The moon tells us that you may be experiencing some fear right now because of a lack of clarity and simply uncertainty. The moon comes before the sun, before everything is revealed. And so you're kind of kept in the dark at the moment. You have no idea what your future holds, no idea what life is going to look like moving forward, and that uncertainty could be instilling some fear in you. And that's okay. The lesson of the moon is to really embrace the process. This is part of the process. The not knowing is a really beautiful part of the process. And you can be rest assured that the sun is coming. The sun always shines the next morning. So, it's nighttime right now, and yes, you're kept in the dark, and because you can't see things clearly, that can be a little bit scary. But the clarity you're looking for is coming. So embrace the process, embrace the not knowing. Okay, now let's get some Marcel's Oracle cards. Okay. You have freedom and spirituality. So it looks like it's like you are this bird and you've been keeping yourself caged in deliberately, even though the way out is right there in the present. It seems like you've put yourself in the cage in order to learn a spiritual lesson, and all of this was done very deliberately on your part. It's not that you don't have freedom, you're very capable of freedom, but you've chosen to get stuck and stay stuck for a while in order to learn a very spiritual lesson. It's like the hanged man. The hanged man was not put here against his will. The hanged man hangs himself upside down in order to awaken. In the original imagery, he's upside down and he has a halo around his head. And so he's deliberately choosing to be hung in order to receive a different perspective and awaken to the situation he's in. And so it's very much like freedom here. You can be living a very different reality because you're capable of that. but spiritually, you've chosen to get stuck in order to learn a lesson. And that is most likely the lesson of surrendering to flow, surrendering to non-doing, non-action. And I think we also had the jester earlier as bottom deck energy before I started shuffling. I just want to bring attention to that because I'm hearing this is the game of life and you're playing it really well. You know, you're not doing any of these things against your will. You're just choosing to have different experiences in order to become more well-rounded. And that's really cool. It's really amazing. I can't find the card, but this is the message that's coming through, so it might resonate with some of you. Okay, now let's get some work your light messages. You have take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the treadmill. You also have a deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So you're in a period of your life where rest is really important. It's imperative for you. You should be taking a break right now if you haven't allowed yourself to do that yet. You might feel like you're taking a break against your will, in which case do not shame yourself for slowing down, for not doing much. That's literally the whole point of being in this situation that you're in. You are supposed to allow yourself to be held in order to regenerate and be replenished. This is like the Star card. You're in a period of retreat and deep replenishment, so embrace it fully, because life doesn't always look like this. So when you're in it, be in it fully. Really, squeeze every last drop of this. This is juicy and this is good, and life is really asking you to just fully embrace it. Take a break if you haven't allowed yourself yet. Get off the treadmill. Stop striving. Stop efforting. Stop pushing where it's not necessary, because that's not going to move you forward. Your lesson here is to take non-action, to really learn what that is, what it feels like, what it looks like. You're supposed to be flowing with the current, not swimming against it. Okay, now let's get a Moonology card. Meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. There you go. The Hanged Man can only meditate and contemplate when he is hung upside down. There is nothing else he can do. So meditate and contemplate while you take this well-deserved break, while you rest and allow yourself to be held. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. It's weird because I expected a Cancer card to come out. I was expecting new moon in Cancer, but we got this. So I'm going to go into the guidebook to read to you what this is about. things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now, or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move toward your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. So, what I'm getting from this is, what's really standing out to me is that Cancer is about being a homebody and everything to do with family. And so you might need to meditate and contemplate on how your family has influenced you in the way you see abundance, material abundance, money, career, and building a livelihood. How have they shaped you in terms of how you see that aspect of life? You may want to meditate and contemplate on that. Another thing is, this is an especially feminine time. Cancer is very feminine and emotional. So is Pisces. It's very watery, feminine. And so really embrace yin qualities within yourself, and yin qualities that you can embody through your lifestyle and your routine. Okay, now let's go back to tarot and get a couple more cards for additional advice or near future energies. Group 2. Okay. We have Ace of Cups, a shift in perspective, a shift in energy. Queen of Swords, being clear and concise with your communication, taking no BS. And Knight of Pentacles, taking things slow in a detailed, meticulous way. So, what you will soon experience in your near future is the Ace of Cups, which is shifting frequencies, like waking up one day and just feeling like something has shifted. The way you see reality has changed in a subtle way that you can't really name, but it changes everything. It completely changes the way you embody yourself and move through the world. So the Ace of Cups is a pretty big deal. It can also be an emotional release, overflowing emotions, or feeling really tuned in, tapped in spiritually, and finding connection, type of connection that you haven't felt yet. So it can be any of those. But ultimately, it all leads to a subtle energetic shift that changes the way you move through life. And this is opening doors for you to embody the Queen of Swords wherever that's needed. The Queen of Swords is somebody who has really sharp clarity, someone who takes no BS from others, someone who has strong boundaries and is able to name them in such a way that others naturally respect her and honor her boundaries. She is very clear and concise and sharp with her words, and it can be really effective, especially in terms of career and business matters. So this might be necessary for you in the near future when communication is required. We have the Knight of Pentacles as well. So this is the embodiment of someone who is very meticulous, careful, and detailed with their career, their finances, and their routine, their material, realmy routine. So you're moving towards this, as in you're going to learn to honor what it means to be more detailed and meticulous in the way you handle money, maybe the way you handle work and your home, the way you live, the way you take care of your materials, the way you take care of your material world. So that's in the cards for you. Now I want to just let's end with one more. Okay, Two of Cups. So the alignment and clarity that you're looking for is coming. This can be you connecting with your higher self and receiving the necessary downloads to act upon, getting ideas that feel really juicy, that you want to actualize and start taking action on. Begin the first steps in birthing a really meaningful project. So that's in the near future. And I think I'll just end your reading here, Group 2. I hope that you found this reading helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll see you in another reading or in another video. Bye. If you chose Group 3, prehnite, then this is your reading. Hi, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. So, for this group, we're going to be using the Osho Universal the Osho Zen Tarot deck. It's been a while since I've used this deck. Okay, what do we need to know about Group 3's situation? Group 3. Group 3 situation. Group 3. I'm also going to get a couple of cards from the Lightseers deck, just so we have some normal tarot as well. Group 3. One more. Group 3. Group 3. Okay. We have Four of Wands participation. Going with the flow, which I think is the Knight of Cups or Ace of Cups. We have Awareness, which is one of the major arcana cards. I think it's the Chariot in the original tarot. And we have Six of Pentacles. Let's get one more card because I need some clarification. clarify all of the above, please. For clarification, we have the Two of Wands. Okay. So there's this outward moving energy. You're, I think, supposed to be putting yourself out there in your situation or moving forward. The Four of Wands is asking you to participate, to show up, to be amongst others, to be a part of a community, to celebrate maybe. So the Four of Wands in the original tarot deck is about celebration, usually a wedding or graduation party, a housewarming. So there's this energy of needing to go outside and connect with other people and share your energy with others. The Six of Pentacles is also about that. It's about creating reciprocity, giving and taking, and often that's initiated with us first giving. So there's a need to put yourself out there and give your energy to a situation, to some people. And there's Two of Wands, which is about considering all the options available to you, being very selective about which one you go with. So if we take traveling, for example, given that there's a globe and a caravan in this image, it's like, okay, the whole world's my oyster. I literally have the entire globe here. Now, where do I actually want to go? Because I can go anywhere. So where do I really want to be? What am I going to give my energy to? So the Two of Wands is this really expansive optimism, and then using that to be more selective, recognizing all the possibilities and opportunities, and then being selective, choosing the one that really lights you up. So for some, this could be about your friends and being selective about who you choose to spend your time with, who you choose to give your energy to, and for others, this is about work and choosing the right occasions to participate, being selective about when and where you're wanting to put your energy into your colleagues and team and that sort of thing. And in terms of dating, this is about, being very selective with the dates you go on, the people that you court or courting you. Yeah. You also have awareness and going with the flow. So it seems like there's some recognition in your situation that you need to be going with the flow right now. You need to stop forcing things and efforting and striving when it's not necessary, and instead just move with the current and trust that there is a greater force that's taking you to what's going to fulfill you more than what your mind can come up with. So I'm going to read to you what these cards are about. This is the Ace of Cups in the original tarot. The figure in this card is completely relaxed and at ease in the water, letting it take him where it will. He has mastered the art of being passive and receptive without being dull or sleepy. He's just available to the currents of life, with never a thought of saying, I don't like that, or I prefer to go the other way. Every moment in life, we have a choice whether to enter life's waters and float, or try to swim upstream. When this card appears in a reading, it is an indication that you are able to float now, trusting that life will support you in your relaxation and take you exactly where it wants you to go. Allow this feeling of trust and relaxation to grow more and more. Everything is happening exactly as it should. And Osho says, when I say become water, I mean become a flow. Don't remain stagnant. Move and move like water. Lao Tzu says, the way of the Tao is a watercourse way. It moves like water. What is the movement of water or of a river? The movement has a few beautiful things about it. One, it always moves toward the depth. It always searches for the lowest ground. It is non-ambitious. It never hankers to be the first. It wants to be the last. Remember, Jesus says, those who are the last here will be the first in my kingdom of God. He's talking about the watercourse way of Tao, not mentioning it, but talking about it. Be the last. Be non-ambitious. Ambition means going uphill. Water goes down. It searches for the lowest ground. It wants to be a non-entity. It doesn't want to declare itself unique, exceptional, extraordinary. It has no ego idea. It has no agenda. And so in this question of which opportunity do I take on, which choice do I make, which group or which friends do I choose to share my energy with, where do I participate, make sure that when you ask yourself this, you're not coming from a place of agenda, of a means to an end, of expecting a certain kind of outcome. Be a non-entity. Be non-ambitious. Release any agenda, any egoic expectations. Consider which option would be the most effortless for you, the most natural. So go with the flow. Now I'm going to get some Work Your Light cards. Group 3, what do you need to know? Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. What I'm getting really strongly from this card and what's standing out to me here is the word being. It's like you're birthing a new way of being, a new way of orienting to very common situations that you encounter and learning to operate in a completely different way than what you're used to. It's really birthing a new self that acts differently in these common situations and circumstances. An effortless version of self, a version of self that likes to move with the current instead of going upstream. break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So in doing this, you are releasing the past in huge ways. You are releasing ancestral patterns, the way your entire lineage has operated up until now. So this is profound healing, and this brings profound changes to your lineage and what you can expect in the future. Three, what else do we need to know? Remember to play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. That's part of going with the flow, right? Is you take things in just this really natural, effortless way where things don't have to be hard. Things can be easy, they can be fun, you can really enjoy yourself. So I'm also getting, because we got the Four of Wands earlier, that you're going to have some really beautiful opportunities in the near future to really celebrate, participate in celebration, and just embrace a lot of joy and play and leisurely fun. So don't be too serious, enjoy it when it happens. You have Pleiades, double mission, channeling, and uplifting humanity. So there's something happening here where you're honoring yourself and therefore creating a lot more abundance and freedom, self-liberation in your own life. And at the same time, this is going to impact those around you in a really positive way and support them in their journeys. Maybe because you're going to be like an example to them. And it might also be the things you say when you're really going with the flow that impacts them in a positive way and inspires them to make subtle shifts in themselves. So there is a double mission happening. Okay, now we're going to get some cards from the Moonology deck. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. So this is like the Six of Pentacles. To bring about reciprocity, we often have to be the first ones to initiate it by giving, and giving from a really abundant place where it doesn't feel like something is being taken from us. It's like we're just giving from a really infinite, limitless place. So consider the ways you can give to the people around you that will actually allow you to feel more abundant and unlimited. Let's get one more card. Show the people the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. So a lot of what you're doing here with being selective with how you choose to spend your energy, share your energy, and going with the flow, being effortless and natural, all of this is really about, it can be summarized in that you are showing the world a more authentic version of you that is not bound up by limiting beliefs, a version of you that is expansive and free-flowing and at ease. And so this is what's going to carry the double mission. When you allow yourself to be at ease and authentic in this way, it rubs off on people around you. It allows them to do the same. It gives them permission, and it communicates to them that it is safe to be like this. It's safe to not take life so seriously and to go with the flow. All right. Now let's get some more tarot cards for your near future energies. And if there's more advice, Spirit, then give them to us. You have the Rebel. Nice. So the Rebel is just being unconventional, doing things in a different way, setting an example, being a leader, being a shaman, showing people how it's done. We also have aloneness. So it's like you're going to be this example for others, and that often comes from a lot of self-isolation, a lot of dealing with things on your own, and removing yourself from collective narratives. So embrace aloneness when you find that it's necessary. As much as it seems like you're supposed to be participating and really putting yourself out there, giving your energy to external circumstances, make sure that that's balanced with a necessary amount of aloneness so that you're not caught up in collective narratives and you're able to really follow your own true north. So that's advice, and also kind of your near future. Let's get one more card. Oh, that's nice. You have 10 of Cups, harmony. So this is ultimate fulfillment, satisfaction. And I'm feeling called to just read a little bit from the guidebook because I remember the commentary on this card being really beautiful. Listen to your heart, move according to your heart, whatsoever the stake. To be simple is arduous, because to be simple costs everything that you have. You have to lose all to be simple. That's why people have chosen to be complex, and they have forgotten how to be simple. But only a simple heart throbs with existence hand in hand. Only a simple heart sings with existence in deep harmony. To reach that point, you will have to find your heart, your own throb, your own beat. Beautiful. So that pretty much concludes what I was saying earlier with the Rebel and aloneness. Take care of your mind, your perspective. Be careful to not get lost in collective narratives. And be simple. Stick to what you know deep down. Stick to your inner knowing. Listen to the beat of your own drum. And that is your reading, group 3. Thank you so much for being here. Your reading was really fun to, this was really fun. And I hope that you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments below. I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. And I'll just leave you with one message from our favorite sponsor, Squarespace. If you don't already know, Squarespace is my favorite all-in-one platform for creating a stunning website and building your online presence. All their templates are crafted by world-class designers to help you stand out and make a strong impression with your customers. Their online stores are designed to maximize the visibility of your brand and help shoppers find your products. And given that there's so many templates to choose from, you can find one for your individual unique needs, whether that be for building a portfolio to showcase your creative work, or your resume if you're job hunting, or an online store for your physical or digital products, or a website for your services and scheduling needs. Not to mention, their award-winning customer support is available 24/7 via email or live chat if you ever come across any issues. So website creation really doesn't have to take up too much of your precious time. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to my link, squarespace.com/ediyasmr to save 10% off of your first website or domain. Thank you so much, Squarespace, and thank you for watching. I'll see you very soon in another reading or in another video.